And here's the Russell. So with the Russell, the support is there. I've put that in. It's sort of around about 1635, resistance 1753, just over. Again, the Russell is very sensitive to what's going on with consumers because it's very much around, obviously, the small and mid cap companies, and they haven't got that large bank balances, all that excess cash in their accounts to fund any sort of slowdown. So they're much more sort of susceptible to what's going on. Costs on one side, higher employment costs for their workers as well. And then on the other side of that, is consumer demand going to remain high, or is it going to start to drop down as people have to make hard decisions about where they spend? So this is the 30-minute with the pivots on. You can see that Russell did sort of briefly break above the pivot point, but it couldn't sustain it. In the next 30 minutes, it came all the way back down again. Those two big candles in the middle, and then remained below there for the rest of the session. I haven't put many trend lines on with the 30 minutes because there's not many that I could see that was worth adding. So, again, it's time to sort of revise them again tomorrow. I do put fresh levels in, but they go into our daily newsletters. So if you're interested in that, then obviously contact us at info@symaxfintech.com to request your daily newsletter from us. It's got loads of goodies in there, including the chart levels. So moving on to currencies. So here's the pound against the dollar. So obviously with the UK putting rates up, and sometimes the fact is that the US have sort of pretty much said what they're going to do now, although it is still obviously open for change. And the UK didn't put theirs up so much, but we did get that little spike. The dollar did weaken a little bit through some profit taking, but by the end of the week, the dollar was strengthened again. As you can see, it's in a very slight downtrend there. Is it going to break that? We'll have to wait and see this week. If not, it's probably just going to track lower. Personally, I'm not bullish for the pound at the moment, and I still see the dollar holding up strong. But again, emphasis, that's just my personal opinion. Here it is on the 30-minute. I've managed to get a support line in there and also a resistance line. That's just on the 30-minute pound against the dollar. Moving on to the euro, a similar sort of thing. With the dollar weakening, it sort of pushed the euro higher. They had that special meeting, but they didn't really come out with much. So the spike in the euro sort of died out very quickly. And again, then it was challenging on the downside. Again, we've got that slight downtrend showing there on the daily. And then when we look at the 30 minutes, we're seeing a similar thing as with the pound. Managed to get a support level in there. Whether it's going to hold or not, we'll have to wait and see. And I've also put in a resistance level for you. With Bitcoin, what can I say at the moment? It's dramatic to say the least. I feel sorry for any longs that there are out there, especially at the higher levels. This is the futures market, so this isn't actually showing you what's happened over the weekend because that market doesn't open, the futures don't open until 11 o'clock tonight UK time. But when they do, there's going to be a gap on that market again because over the weekend it dropped below $18,000. So I've put some levels in there. Whether they're going to hold or not, I don't think anybody knows at the moment. But I've added them just in case, just to sort of try and give you a little bit of help and guidance there. Here it is on the 30-minute. So I've got now a nice downtrend line there. It's not really going to come into play for the moment, though. I wouldn't expect it to. unless it starts to have a recovery. But because it's broken through 18,000, pointless putting any support lines in on this chart for the beginning of the week for sure. Moving on to gold, it's been steady all week. At the moment, I can see there being some resistance 1879, support just about 1805. It should stay sort of firmish just because of what's going on with the stocks. That sort of inverse relationship, that haven trade. But of course, if investors do get short of cash, you could see a little bit of a sell-off on gold as well, just where people are liquidating just to raise funds and capital for what else they need their money for. But otherwise, I would expect gold to stay sort of fairly firm for the moment. This is the 30th minute. Again, I've added pivots on here. As you can see, it's sort of tracked either side of pivot point on Friday. Now, oil, it's crazy oil, but I must admit I do love trading it. And here we have WTI, which is one of my favourite contracts. Definitely been trading lots of it the last few weeks, which has been very good. And the majority of time I've traded it from the short side, which is, it's all about getting your timing right, though, of course. I've been quite fortunate with that, I would have to say. Now, I'm quite active on LinkedIn as well. So during the week on LinkedIn, I did say, I posted that, when WTI was over $120, that it did seem high. And I just don't really see this supply shortage that, people are making out that there's going to be at the moment. And on Friday, we had that $10 drop. I'm not saying it's going to crash. It should find support on the way down. There is demand in the market. I just see certain countries replacing other countries for where they buy their oil from. Again, just remember my personal view. So at the moment, I see resistance at 124.26 with support levels at 107.97 and 104.83. But again, we could see it break out of those just because it's so volatile at the moment. Here it is on the 30-minute. Again, I've added the pivots on here. It did break through S2, support 2, but then managed to sort of recover towards the end of the day and close just around about S2. So, it started earlier in the day, almost got to test R1, so the first resistance level. But it just couldn't sustain that. So basically, when America entered the market, it just went into that bear trend for the rest of the day. So, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it adds some value to you, gives you a little bit of insight. We're always around for questions. Feel free to contact us. If you've got any interest in any of our services, as I mentioned, we've got this daily newsletter where we include chart levels, pivot points. It's got sort of, my views. It's also got in there a variety of other things, the global news. And I do mean that as well. And we cover commodities, we cover a little bit of crypto. So it's all in there for you. And it saves you having to do that work. So it's easy to register for. Just contact us and let us know you want to be added. Workshops. So, if there's any areas that you would like to improve, then reach out to us. I'm sure we can help you with that. Courses. Maybe you want to do something a bit more extended. Maybe you haven't quite got as much knowledge as you would like. We can certainly help you there. Or if you're new to it, or you want to really sort of get a full fundamental and trading skills added, then we can do that through our master classes. Trader mentoring. So, maybe you just need a little bit of help, a little bit of guidance. We can do that on an hourly, daily, monthly basis for you. We do lots of consulting in lots of different areas. And also we provide trader education to exchanges and in brokers as well. If you've got any questions, then you can reach out to us at info@symaxfintech.com. And if you want to sort of look at the courses, and if you click on any of the courses, it then goes into all the detail what you take away from that course on the day of the week or longer. And that's posted on there as well, which is the calendar one. So thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed it. Best of luck for this coming week. Happy trading, and hope to see you again next Monday, so you can see whether I was right on some of this and what happened this week, and of course what's going to happen the following week. It's always useful just to have that sort of breakdown of highlights from last week as well as what we expect from this week, because it all links together. Anyway, happy trading. Take care and goodbye.